Hello, welcome viewers. Happy New Year. It is 2021 and we've made it to day 14 of 2021. Remember, we started here with you in March of last year, when COVID did strike, and we are now at episode 37. Can you imagine? So for all our viewers who have been with us from the get-go, for our new viewers, welcome. If this is their first time watching COVIDCast JA, we are here every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Alex, we see you. Happy New Year. You're our first commenter for today. And please, use the comment bar and send in your comments, send in your feedback, ask your questions. We're really looking forward to interacting with you today. Today, we're talking about critical resources available for SMEs. I'm seeing Rohan, Miriam, Tamika, Vivia. We've got a great show ahead. Several guests. We're going to be talking to members of the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. We're going to be talking to some of their clients. We're going to be talking to JMMB, the SME Resource Center. We're also going to get some feedback from some of their clients. Because we are in this new year, we've been able to get through several months of COVID, but COVID still a keep. And much of the issues that we found, things are still happening. But you know what? Notwithstanding, there are businesses that have pivoted. There are businesses that have just done some tweaks to their operations. There are persons who have gotten into entirely new businesses. And today we're going to be talking about, now that you are in 2021, what are some of the critical resources that you need to have in hand? Now we have, as I said, we have a great show ahead, and I think it's time that we welcome our first guest. But before we do that, did you get your SME memo for today? Did you? If you didn't, it means that you have not registered with us so that you get your weekly memo. So we're at episode 37. So can you imagine, for all of the episodes before, for 36 episodes before, we had memos for each week. And this is a teaching show. This is a sharing show, because we bring experts on a weekly basis. And if you email us at sme@psoj.org, you will get our weekly business tips. Don't get excitable. You're saying to yourself, I've missed 36 memos. What am I going to do? If you've missed the previous memos, please log on to smallbusinessportal.com. Did you get that? Smallbusinessportal.com, and you'll be able to find all the previous memos. Better than that, though, you'll be able to find lots and lots and lots of business tips and information on loans, grants, so much information available to you. So please log on to smallbusinessportal.com. You'll be able to also watch the previous 36 episodes, and guess what? You can just binge watch them so that you can catch up. You don't have to big up our viewers. I see Vivia, Roger, Max. Welcome, Max. Dania, Simone, Shelly-Ann, Duncan, Romeo. Great to have you. And please send in your comments, send in your questions. Our first two guests this evening are Harold Davis and Melissa Bennett from the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, the JBDC. Now, Harold Davis is one of my favorite people. He is Deputy CEO of JBDC, and he's been in this position since 2001, so he is well seasoned. So prior to joining JBDC, he served in the capacity of Technical Services Director of Productivity at Jampro. And by the way, he's an industrial engineer, and he served in this role at Gmmb. His areas of specialization, we couldn't even list all of them, but they include creative industries, development finance, agriculture, business development, energy management, and MSME size development strategies. He is, in fact, a specialist in MSME clustering development and management and business incubation systems. Some of you may also know him as the chief judge for the NCB's SME Nation Builders Awards, which seeks to recognize successful entrepreneurs who contribute to nation building. Harold Davis, hear me now, Howard, how is calling my name? Harold Davis, welcome. I would ask you to break into song because this is a man of many times. Today you're here. Thank you very much for joining us in your capacity as Deputy CEO of JBDC. Now, Melissa is the manager of business advisory services at JBDC. We tell you, we bring all of the people that you need to hear from. Melissa has over 11 years of experience in strategy and finance consulting and over 7 years experience in small business development and small business finance. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Accounting and Management Studies and a Master's degree in Business Administration with a specialization in Banking and Finance from the Great University of the West Indies. She's worked in strategy and deal consulting at PricewaterhouseCoopers on public and private engagements in Jamaica and the Caribbean. She's dealt with strategic business planning, financial modeling, corporate governance, just to name a few. And she is passionate and committed to assisting Jamaican entrepreneurs to start, grow, and scale their business, and was instrumental in the launch and development of JBDC's Financial Support Services Unit. Bonjour, Melissa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rochelle.
So viewers, if you are just joining us, we have with us Harold Davis, who is Deputy CEO of JBDC, and Melissa Bennett, Manager of Business Advisory Services for JBDC. Harold, let me start with you.
Yes.
JBDC, several of our viewers, will read things about JBDC, hear things about JBDC, but still not so sure what role JBDC plays. Can you describe that for us?
Sure. And we're excited to be here, Rochelle, with you, particularly one of my favorite persons. You are too. JBDC is the government's agency that's responsible for MSME development, which means that we have been around from 2001 and providing a whole suite of technical services as it relates to business development, right along the continuum from your startup kind of businesses to your advanced businesses, your mature businesses for growth and innovation and things of that nature. So that's JBDC in a nutshell.
Okay. So Melissa, or SMEs that are watching this show today and they're saying to them, how do I know if I am a suitable candidate for JBDC? What would make somebody a suitable candidate? What would they be coming to the JBDC? What kind of services can they get from you?
So it's for existing and potential business. So if you have an idea, if you're at the idea stage or you are existing, you can come. So we have services that start from access to information. So research, training, counseling, hand-holding. There's access to space. There's access to finance in terms of financing partners. There's access to markets through our Things Jamaican store and Things Jamaican shopping space. There's access to partners. We have pool of business service providers, and there's the SBDC network that is a part of the build out of our partners, and that includes almost all the universities in Jamaica. So there is access to support for any SME wanting to grow and scale their business.
Well, that's great to hear. So Harold, as an SME, I hear what you said, and Melissa has indicated that from the idea stage, we can go to JBDC. But sometimes our business people can get a little nervous because they don't want to come at JBDC and don't shame them. And they say to themselves, do I just drive in at the parking lot park and turn up? Do I need to go online and fill out a form? Do I need to make an appointment? How do I access these services? How do I get that first conversation?
Sure. Well, actually, all of the above is relevant. All of what you just said a while ago is very, very appropriate. Certainly, you can reach us online, and we encourage persons to reach out to us online. www.jbdc.net, and the email structure is a similar structure, like for instance, hdavis@jbdc.net. That's very important as well. You can get to us on the phone as well. I don't remember our numbers now, but I'm sure Melissa will remember.
92851
a younger brain, right?
And we're island-wide.
But apart from that, exactly, Melissa, we are island-wide. We have offices in Kingston, 2 offices in Kingston at Marcus Garvey Drive, where we have our incubator and resource center there, and our office at 14 Camp Road. We also have offices in Ocho Rios, our offices in Montego Bay, we have offices in Savannah-la-Mar, our offices in Mandeville, and also St. Thomas. So, and soon to be in Clarendon, right, Melissa?
Or St. Catherine.
We have offices right across the island. Plus, as Melissa says, our network of small business development centers, SBDCs, and our SBDCs are now in almost all of the tertiary institutions of Jamaica: UTech, NCU, CMU, Edna Manley, and so on, at Case as well in Portland, with RADA and so on as well. So you could access the suite of business development services through the SBDC network as well.
Okay. So through JBDC, if I have an idea for a business, I come and I can tell you about the idea and what happens after.
Yeah, Melissa, you can.
Yes, so in terms of all clients are onboarded via, well, it's either you physically fill out the form with an officer or you do it online. But when you come in, then all clients are assessed. And once you're assessed and you're at the idea stage, there is a tool that we use to assess the opportunity and provide feedback and guidance on the opportunity. It's a high-level examination, but we also partner with, if you need expertise to do any feasibility or to find out if this is an opportunity that can be implemented, then we have support for you in that regard.
So if, for example, I come in at the idea stage and this is deemed a feasible idea that I have, and I may need to do something like a business case, can I get support and help to do that business case?
Yes, so we have training sessions where clients are batched. So there's a starting a business training. So this is for companies at the idea stage, or a lot of persons register but haven't really started, or they're just starting out. So they are introduced to different activities that they need to get done in order to get the idea off the ground, which would include using the lean startup models, looking at the fundamentals of marketing, and just understanding value propositions and different activities that the experts internally will help the entrepreneur to understand.
Well, Melissa and Harold, this sounds good, man. And in fact, Max is asking a question. He said, is it that JBC is geared more towards companies that are product-oriented than service-oriented? Or is it that you also, you do both product and service-oriented companies?
We do both. We do both. And just to follow on what Melissa was saying as well, she spoke about if you were at the ideation stage, was the same type of assessment that is done for all our clients, no matter what stage it is that you come into the company, come into JBDC's network at. And so if you are assessed at another level, I mean, because, and when we tier you according to tier as in TIER, not the TAR one, right? We tier you accordingly, and then we kind of customize a suite of products and services from within the organization with the utilization of our partners and so on, such that you can move from where you are when you come to us to where you ought to be, or where you wish to be, or where the business proposition can carry you to. So yes, but yes, to answer his question, yeah, man, products and services, just the same.
Yeah, and we're getting quite a bit of engagement because Trudy Wilson is asking whether JBDC also provides service to agriculture and the farming sector.
Right. Okay. Yes, of course we do. We do. As a matter of fact, we do. Definitely agriculture. Because as our name says, business development.
Exactly.
Agro-based businesses are a huge cohort of businesses in Jamaica, you know. So for sure, agriculture and agro businesses for sure as well. And like Melissa said, go ahead, Melissa.
No, I was about to encourage Trudy to register with us because there are projects coming on stream where we will have calls for agriculture-based businesses to participate in. So there are opportunities coming for agriculture, specific to agriculture.
But Melissa, you just mentioned registering. Should we as business people be registering with JBDC to get information of upcoming training, etc.?
I would encourage all to do that because we do a lot of webinars and online events that are for free, that without even coming into JBDC, you can be getting insights on business information, industry-based information. So every week we have our biz zones. We have entrepreneurs journey where entrepreneurs share their experience about their journey to the growth of their business. So there are activities that are going on that can try to engage the entrepreneur even before they become full-fledged business owners.
How do we register with JBDC?
Say that again, Rochelle?
How do we register?
Right.
There is a link. I do not have it with me now, but I can share it with you so you can share it with the community.
Okay, so we will get the link and provide the link to our viewers for you to register with JBDC. What are some of the very popular services, Harold, that you see SMEs actually signing up for or coming in and seeking to access?
Right. Again, it depends on the stage of business that they're at. We introduced a few years ago an accelerator program that is for our high growth potential clients, two of which are you're going to speak to a little later. That one is a very popular one where clients of that level and clients who have gone through the startup phase and incubation phase and are at a stage now for poised for high growth, they come into us and work with them for a set period of time. That's a very popular one. Also at the strategist stage as well, the exercise that we do with clients to help them to modify and refine their business model, you know, to help them to understand how to make money and how to pivot in their business model, especially in these times, especially is a very popular service as well. Well, the truth, Rochelle, is that you have popular services at almost every single stage.
The key thing for us to understand is that JBDC services the businesses from startup, from ideation to start up, through to businesses that are operational but need that additional help for the next level. So it's always building up your clients for the next level. You were going to say something, but before
I was just kind of giving a general term to describe what I think most entrepreneurs asking for: handholding. They want you to help them to implement. So we do a lot of training, and they are aware of the gaps. So when they leave, it's almost hard for them.
So while Melissa comes back, I can finish her sentence.
I can't just finish her sentence.
No, what you said.
Is music to our ears.
What Melissa is saying is that when clients quote unquote leave us, they never leave us really, because they're always coming back for new services and that type of thing. So I mean that's very important, and we're humbled by that as well.
Yeah, and in fact, it is great to hear the hand-holding, because many times we need that kind of support and at every stage of the business.
Yes.
In fact, I'm seeing a question from D. Roberts. D asks, what if your small business is strictly an online store selling small accessories? Do you still need to register? I think the answer to that is yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come into our family.
Come into the family.
Come into the family, man.
Kenny Fairmont says, what do you have in place? Great question, Kenny. For the creative industry and in particular, creative advertisers and technology. Welcome back, Melissa.
Yes, sorry about that.
We got a question here about what does the JBDC have in place for the creative industry?
Boy, I don't think we have enough time to answer. The truth is that the creative industries is one of those industries that is near and dear to our hearts still, and we have been actively in the last year, for instance, looking to even map the creative industry so that the services that we deliver and so on throughout the ecosystem of the industry is more. But certainly for creative industries, there are businesses themselves. There are entrepreneurs that firstly, and sometimes creative industries, entrepreneurs like myself and yourself, so forget that we are in business and forget that we are entrepreneurs. So the same kind of modeling that we spoke about, same kind of services to help you to structure your business modeling, to help you to structure and grow your business, same way. But as Melissa pointed out earlier, the beauty about what our model accommodates is a network of partners and expert partners that we have established partnerships with that are experts in particular industry areas like creative industry, like advertising, like music and so on, agriculture, tech industries and so on. So we bring them on board to bolster the knowledge base within the organization so that the support is comprehensive. So answer to your question, yes.
Yes, and very, very extensive. No, because I want to make sure, because I see lots of questions coming in online. Okay. Is there a JBDC office in Western Jamaica? Thank you for that question, Horace. Harold, you did go through that. You have
Mobe and West and Savanamar.
So Western Jamaica is covered. Yes. Samantha asked a very interesting question. Do you assist? Melissa, do you assist in moving online businesses to brick and mortar?
To move them from online to brick and mortar?
Yeah. You did it with other way.
I would give that question to Mr. Davis. I don't think so. I think we're moving to online or digitized. I think going forward, a lot of entrepreneurs are shifting from brick and mortar. It depends, and it's also industry.
Depends on the business model.
It depends on the industry that the person is in. If you need assistance, because the team of engineers do provide facility assessment and design and those type of support. So if it is that you want to set up a facility, we can help you.
Yeah.
So I'm taking back my original answer.
Yes. Samantha, there are extensive services available through JBDC, from whether you're at ideation phase to whether you're an established business. It's all about taking you to the next level. So business modeling, doing your business case, aligning you with other facilitators of financing, etc. So it is a one-stop shop for your business development. So we're encouraging you to register. We'll soon put up the link for registration so that you can be tuned into the services that are offered. Horace is very excited to hear that there's an office in Montego Bay. Do you know the address of the office, Melissa? But
it's on Impact Cottage Road, Impact Plaza. But we'll share that information with you as well for all the locations.
Okay. Now, before we bring on some JBDC clients, just some final words from both Harold and Melissa. What I'd love to hear from you is, what are some of the trends that you are anticipating we will see for small businesses in 2021?
Yeah. Well, let me start, Melissa. I think we're actually, for me, I think it's an exciting time that we're entering into this 2021. I believe so. Yes, the COVID will be with us for a little while, But I think that COVID has presented and created new opportunities for both us ourselves in business to rethink the business and strengthen it in most instances, and also to look at specific emerging industries within this. For instance, agriculture has come out as one of the leads in last year in terms of the only industry that has registered, one of the only industries that have registered growth. There are new opportunities emerging because of the demands of food security, for instance. So that's an area that we can look at. There are new opportunities emerging in the tech industries as well, as persons are moving their business more and more online and the services related to that. So it's an exciting period, I believe, an exciting time for entrepreneurs, mostly to re-engage and restructure, pivot them business model to take advantage of the opportunities. Melissa?
So for me, on top of that, I think it's about building networks, collaborating, partnerships. A lot of businesses have been operating either one man or a few person. But I think going forward, persons are going to have to work as team to build entities that will be able to withstand the COVID and grow into being creating impact for Jamaica. So a lot of collaboration, a lot of support from JBDCs and entities like ourselves in terms of specialized assistance to help business grow. The need for them to move into digitization, the need for them to look at, even for those that are struggling, business recovery strategies. We have specialists in Jamaica that have that competence that can help to save some entities. So we want persons with skill set, even if you don't come through a JBDC, but look for opportunities to engage with each other, to build your entities, to withstand what's happening and to grow into the future.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for that, Melissa. Thank you very much, Harold. I see Trudy, when Trudy heard agriculture, she's like, yeah. Pivot and networking, and she also says, I'm excited to learn about JBDC. So we're expecting several of our viewers to be reaching out to JBDC. You can find them online. Please register, visit their offices. Make sure you register those so that you are on their mailing list. And remember, JBDC takes you from ideation straight through to establishing your business, because with what we said this year, we just have grow, and JBDC will put you in a position of building the resilience of your business. So thank you very much, Harold and Melissa. And the good thing is that you have two of your clients, because just in case anybody was thinking is making this up, you get some feedback from your clients. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Same to you. Thanks, Rochelle.
So we have a poll. Have you ever written a business plan? And 54% of our viewers responded yes, and 46% responded no. And true, if you have never written a business plan and you need a business plan, JBDC can help you. But this week's memo, and you can email us at sme@psoj.org to get a copy of that memo. This week's memo actually gives you some great tips on creating a business case, so it cannot be missed. At this time, we are going to be joined by two clients of JBDC, a very vibrant, vivacious lady, Sarika Sterling, fantastic businesswoman who is managing director on Senior Accounting Services, and Armando Cox, Chief Executive Officer of Resolve IT. So Sarika and Armando are going to be telling us about their experiences with JBDC. Taraz White asks, are there fees associated with membership, etc.? Taraz, we will get those fees if there are any. I think the initial consultations do not have fees, but as you are linked in with various facilitators and professionals, there may be some fees associated with the services. Sarika.
Hi.
And Armando. So this is a very exciting segment. As you can see, Sarika is just energy. I have seen her present, and Armando just said to her, he said, Sarika, I need to talk to you. Sarika said, everybody needs to talk to you. After the first presentation I heard her make on taxation, I was like, that's when I had to get myself in order. So, viewers, welcome to clients of JBDC who are part of the Accelerator program. Sarika Sterling, Managing Director, and Sarika, it is Senior Accounting Services Jamaica.
Yes, it is. Senior Accounting Services Limited.
Okay, and Armando Cox, who is CEO of Resolve IT. Sarika, we talk about your business already, but tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, Senior Accounting Services started in 2016. You know, I pack up my corporate bag, lock them up the end of 2015, started bright and early, 2016 morning. And our mandate was to help local entrepreneurs. You know, domestic businesses weren't doing well at the time. They were failing at a high rate. Tax was becoming a huge issue. And I said, you know what? I possess the qualities. I possess the expertise that they need. And I think that that's the way that I can contribute to domestic development and growth by giving these small businesses big firm tax and accounting experience and help them to grow.
Oh, thank you. And you know, so some of our viewers are also saying to themselves, knowing that they have services that they can offer and they're a little nervous, and see Sarika packed up the corporate bags and actually is offering those services. Armando, and it's Therese, because I just slaughtered Therese's name. Sorry about that, Therese. Thank you for your question. Armando, tell us about your business, Resolve IT.
Thank you. Resolve IT is a full service IT company. We focus on the services that will enhance business growth. And those are like help desk, communication, automation, especially at a time like this, infrastructure, IT security, to name a few. And we leverage a lot of our partners to bring value. So we consider ourselves a value-added IT solutions provider. We started out because too many times our clients think IT is so, difficult to understand, and it requires this big budget. And even though when they find the funds, they underutilize the solution. And so we kind of find that balance where we do the unholding that you spoke about in the first segment, and then we match the requirement with a solution to ensure that they get return on investment. So our focus is primarily on growing business with IT solutions.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, Sarika, how did you hear about JBDC and why JBDC?
Well, I heard about JBDC at a small business expo, but just like one of the viewers before, I didn't know they serviced service firms. So I thought JBDC was all about creatives, music, art, and so on. So initially when I approached JBDC, we actually worked together, as Melissa was telling you about collaborating. I actually collaborated with JBDC to actually offer tax workshops for their clients for some time, for 2-3 years or 4 years before I actually utilized their service. So I was working with them, on the financial front. And then when it came to 2019, 2020 is when I realized, okay, I need some service. Where can I find it? And I was like, oh my goodness, JBDC actually helps service firms. And I was like, what? So I signed up right away.
And when you approached JBDC, what kinds of services were you seeking to get from JBDC?
Well, we were operating for some time, and we found that we needed to do a little bit more marketing, a little bit more business development. We were struggling in terms of client relationships. We were struggling in terms of attracting and actually converting, interest to clients. And, realized that we needed some help in that area. And JBDC provided, somewhat of hand-holding. I'm telling you, we used to have weekly meetings. They would, I would be on a call. It would seem as if I have a whole boardroom. There would be 5 of us on the call. And they're walking me through it step by step. What are your plans? What would you like to do? And they helped me to develop a strategic plan. They encouraged me to register my trademark. So now I have, I think, about 4 trademarks, thanks to JBDC, and develop a marketing and business development strategy, which I implemented in early 2020. And as you can see, I mean, if you look out there, everywhere you see senior accounting services somewhere, or my name somewhere, and I'm telling you, that's from the support that I got from JBDC.
JBDC. What about you, Armando? So we have talked about a service industry, and Sarika, as you mentioned, one of our viewers asked, what about service industries? So Armando, your business is more IT related. How did you hear about JBDC, and why did you even think of going to JBDC?
It's funny because we are in business since 2004. So we are far from being an infant, but I knew that something was missing. We were doing things and we're doing it every day, but not understanding the numbers, not understanding strategy and planning and that kind of stuff. So I was referred to a friend who attended one of the workshops. I decided to just go and check it out, open-minded person. And that was it. And I went there just to get some networking, but I was pleasantly surprised that it's more than just networking. It's a lot of valuable, unholding. I got to the stage of understanding my numbers, as in what do I need to do if I'm scaling up? All those that affect my budget, what kind of contribution margin that there is to the different services and so forth, which one is more profitable, so all of that kind of thing aided me in my decision as to, now I am growing and I'm scaling. I know what do I need to enhance business.
So in other words, Armando, the services that you receive through JBDC has actually helped your business.
Absolutely. So Sharika mentioned it was like a board, but it was really a board because we were given a board of advisory. I mean, I've corporate governance was almost existent for me at that time, right? And that was one of the courses or one of the modules that went through in the Business Accelerator program. And so they instituted a board of advisors at the time. And so we went through presenting to the board, going through the numbers, and now I have a formal board in place. So, it covers the gamut of what you need to be prepared to become a successful business person.
Yes. So I know some of our viewers are wondering, so you went through these various programs with JBDC and then boom, bam, COVID just leaked out of nowhere. How has JBDC assisted you during COVID, or how has the training development and assistance that you got prior to COVID assisted you? Sarika, I see you nodding.
Most definitely. So for us, for COVID, one of the biggest issues we had was convincing persons or encouraging persons to continue with the service, because of course everyone had some kind of a financial difficulty. They can't afford the fees, and they'll probably think that accounting is the first thing to cut. So one of the things that I learned from JBDC was client management, client relationship management, and that helped me tremendously. I learned to reach out to my client before they have to reach out to me. So even before my client, message me and say, oh, I can't afford the bill, I'll reach out to them and say, hey, we understand what is going on. I can give you a discount. We can do a payment plan. You still need to stick to this and offer some encouragement. And that came from, those sessions that I had with JBDC, where they taught me about client relationship management, ensuring that how you communicate to your client sits well or is in line with your vision. And our vision is to increase financial literacy and secure people's financial future. And we can't do that if we're telling them, okay, go away because you don't have any money. So that was great for us. And secondly, we learned a lot about marketing, and that marketing became crazy because everyone was on social media. Everybody had some live going on. And, you could get scared and just start doing a whole bunch of things and all over the place. But what JBDC taught me was that, develop your strategy, develop your message, and stick to that message. Stay consistent. And that's what we did. And, trust me, at the end of the year, even right now, we have so many people calling, so many people saying, you know, I heard you here, I heard you there, I saw you here. And it's really because we employed those strategies that JBDC gave us. And we remained patient, even when nothing was happening, we still pushed, you know, and now we're reaping the benefits and we're very grateful.
Thank you for that. I see Blossom Dennis says, I'm encouraged by you guys. Armando, what was your experience?
Yeah, so we are B2B, business to business and business to consumer. So we have two sides. So we have a service center that we do retail services. So obviously that side immediately got an impact because nobody knew what was going to happen in March. And so we wasn't sure how to contain this thing. So we pivoted at that point. You know, we said, well, let's check, let's see what's going on. That was something that we learned at JBDC, right? So let's check, see what's going on and let us adjust where possible. And so it forced us now to move forward to start to do some online transactions and so forth. We do booking an appointment at that time while we still service our business consumer. We did that for up to July. We didn't reopen the service center fully at that time. And so you would have thought that, well, that would have been a big impact on our revenue. But the reality is, although it impacted it at first, 2020 for us was very successful.
Yes. And so, you know, it's always good to know that this is a government entity, JBDC, that is serving our citizenry, our entrepreneurs. And I know a lot of people are like, so all of this time, JBDC, I do that, I never even realized. So guys, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. But I also see Fowler's Best Farm. Hi, Fowler's Best Farm says, I'm interested in connecting to talk about accounting. And I know that the people are watching and they're saying, we need to link with Sarika.
They need to.
Where do people find you? And I can testify to Sarika, and when she give you a tax tutorial.
Okay, so I can be found at 22 Trafalgar Road. We're at the corner of Trafalgar and Braemar. So as soon as you turn onto Braemar, first building on your left, and you can call us at 876-665-1210, or you can email us at info@sasjm.com. We're on social media. Just search for Senior Accounting Services, and we're on Instagram and Facebook. Reach out to us on any platform. We don't turn away messages. We don't turn away clients.
Thank you so much. And we're going to be posting that information shortly in case you didn't get it. Armando, where we can find you?
Absolutely. Thank you. So we are at www.resolveit.com.jm. Our service center is at State Mall Units 1 and 2. That's 15 to 17 Alpha Road. Okay. Our main line is 754-5000. Or you can drop us an email at hello@resolveit.com.jm.
Okay. And we know that several
and of course on social media. We're on social media. So anywhere on social media, Resolve IT JM.
Yes. So viewers, as you see, JBDC, Harold Davis and Melissa Bennett talked about networking and collaboration. These are two clients of JBDC that are now part of that network of JBDC, and we thank them very much for sharing their experiences. Sarika Sterling, Managing Director of Senior Accounting Services, Armando Cox, CEO of Resolve IT. Happy New Year, and we know that it will be a fantastic year for business for both of you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for having us, and Happy New Year to you, and we wish for you a fantastic year as well.
Thank you.
And I will ask your viewers to go and check out JBDC, the best kept secret.
Thank you so much. So, viewers, we've had conversations with representatives of JBDC. We've actually gotten feedback from their clients. I know you are already trying to register now with JBDC. Max Blake, who is one of our weekly viewers. Max, good night to you too. I'm glad to have you back. We have various polls running, but at this time we are going to be joined by the team from JMMB, the SME Resource Center. We're going to have Shani Duncan-Falconer, who is the Group Senior Corporate Manager, and Tuwana Robinson, who is the SME Relationship Manager for JMMB Bank. Now, Shani is the Group Senior Corporate Manager of JMMB SME Resource Center. And through the SME Resource Center, Shani helps SMEs deemed to be high potential by facilitating access to the right resources to allow them to grow and develop through their business life cycle. She holds a master's in entrepreneurship and a Bachelor of Science degree also in business. And Shani, despite her youthful looks, has over 16 years experience working with small businesses in various industries in Trinidad, Jamaica, and the United States. So we're glad to have Shani with us. Now, Tuwana is the SME Relationship Manager for JMMB Bank, and in her role, she builds relationships with SME prospects and clients in order to recommend practical solutions for their growth. These solutions stem across investment opportunities, protection via insurance options, credit solutions, and consolidating their expenses. She has over 12 years experience in banking and investments and holds Masters of Business Administration. So we have two ladies here who are well versed in the financial industry, but better yet, they provide you great customer service. Shani, Tuwana, welcome. Thank you for joining episode 37. And we're talking
Thank you for having me.
We're talking about the critical resources available for SMEs, and we thought it would be useful to have the JMMB Resource Center telling us about some of the resources you have available. Shani, when did the Resource Center start, and why an SME Resource Center and not just a desk in the bank?
All right, we started officially about 2 years ago, and we really started marketing to the public last year. But we were there, we were in testing stage, we were making sure that everything was right before we did our big marketing launch. So what we realized and why we started the center is because we realized that we needed as a bank to fill the gap of banks partnering with their clients and really understanding their clients' entire life cycle, taking them through the life cycle, having intimate knowledge of the company and industry so that we could hold their hand and help them to grow. At JMMB, we're not only a bank, it's a group. We have investments, we have pensions, we have banking, we have everything under one. So we're like, we have to help our SMEs have everything that they need in one
view. And that's really great to hear, because a lot of our business people, they say, wow. When I go into the banks with my business, first thing it's taking me forever to open an account, and I'm gonna find that people are treating me right, and people are nervous about the information that they have to provide. So a lot of people aren't progressing the financial aspects of their business. Now, Tuwana, and I think anybody who has ever dealt with Tuwana at JMMB Bank, they think Tuwana is their best friend.
You have to be.
She builds relationships with her clients. And as the SME Relationship Manager, Tuwana, in dealing with our SMEs, what kind of hand-holding have you found is necessary with our SMEs to really get them up and running and to see just how great their businesses can potentially be?
With SMEs, they definitely need to have that hand-holding experience. You find that they come in and they share everything with you. And in sharing that with you, they're also seeking your feedback as to what is the next thing I should do. Give me some idea as to how do you feel about this investment that I want to make, or whatever changes I want to make with my business. And because of that, the information that we relay to them is critical, because it can determine whether or not they actually succeed. So the relationship that we try to have with them is one, it's based on knowledge, and two, it's based on us being readily available. They feel free to open up and to speak with us about everything so that they can, whatever option, whatever information they need, it's there for them to make critical decisions whenever they have to move forward.
Okay. So I know of you are seeing both of you ladies and they're saying all that you're saying sounds really nice, but I am an SME and I need to understand on what basis can I approach the SME Resource Center? Is it that there's a certain qualification level? What makes me eligible, Shani, to come into the SME Resource Center?
All you have to do is have a SME bank account with JMMB and you are welcome into the Resource Center. So once you have that bank account, anything you need after that, you have become a member of JMMB and we're ready to help you.
So Tuwana, when Shani says anything you need, because I hear Shani saying that, and they're saying anything you need, like what? What kind of things can I come in and get from the Resource Center?
Okay, so you find that on a broad spectrum, most of our SME clients come in and they need or they ask us for support. And that support can either be financial support or it can be support in terms of just simply saying, review where I'm at now in my life cycle and tell me what do you think are the next steps that I need to take. And with my area specialization, which is the funding aspect of it, we really try to sit and partner with our clients and say to them, okay, we find that in the SME segment, a lot of persons aren't quite streamlined, you're not formalized, meaning perhaps they're unregistered or maybe they have no financials. And so what we try to do is to kind of take a step back and say, all right, these are some core items that we think you need to give us. We know the process of, accessing financial support in the past, it can take an inordinately long time. And sometimes there are a lot of pieces of documents that you may need to provide. And even after providing all of this, you can hear that, oh, maybe you don't qualify. And so when we step in, what we try to do is to look at the basic items that will give us an understanding as to whether or not where you are and how you qualify and what support can we give you in order for you to qualify to access that financial support. And we kind of hold your hand and give you some form of conditional approval, and thereafter we take the next steps to give you the rest of those documents to put in play so that you can get the access to the funds that you actually need.
Okay. I'm seeing some questions. Jacqueline Wilson, thank you for that question. Jacqueline asked, what is an SME? And I'm glad you asked that question because sometimes we're having these conversations and we're talking the language and not recognizing everybody not talking the same language. So Jacqueline, SME is small, medium enterprises. And sometimes you'll hear us say MSMEs, which is micro, small, and medium enterprises. Thank you for that question. Great question. Kiddist asked, does the Resource Center assist with general accounting and financials for SMEs? Shani?
Yes, definitely. So we do it on two ends. So we help within the Resource Center if you need financials produced. If, for instance, you need additional support, what the Resource Center does is that we have partners who we put you on to. And when we say put you on to, we don't put you on to them and then that's it. It's a relationship we have with our partners so that one of our partners is CR Hilton Accounting. So they will help you to put all of that together. We have timelines with them so that once it's done, you say, okay, you're ready to come back in now to get that product or solution that you needed from JMMB. So we really work with the partners to make sure that we build our clients.
So it's not just that as an SME, I'll come in and I'll go to Tuwana to say that I want a loan. I will actually be linked in with the partners that will help me to pull together the information that I need. And this is information that would be useful in other areas of my business. And Fowler's Best Farm says that they had put in an application, was advised the application process would take 10 business days, 5 business days, and it's now about 10 business days. So Fowler's Best Farm, we're glad you joined tonight because you have the two right people. So we're going to provide their contact details. I know Tuwana will jump.
Yes.
Nodding. And it's great to get this feedback too, because it also helps to tighten the processes. In addition, Kiddis asked what are the interest rates offered. We'll also provide you with the information so that you can make direct contact, because I suppose there are going to be different rates for different services.
Yes.
I see the questions coming in. Oh, and Kiddis now. Kiddis, you're going to have to take over from me to host this show, because Kiddis asking me question, just take the question out of my mouth. Do we just walk in? Or do we need to make an appointment? How do we actually get to access these resources from JMMB Resource Center?
So with the Resource Center, you can make your appointment through SME Resource Center at jmmb.com. We also recently opened our Resource Center. So we're located at 40 to 42 the new business center that changed from New Kingston Shopping
Center.
Right. So we're in that nice new location, so you guys can come in. Best to make an appointment, but we always have a resource center officer who is there.
Okay. So the information is available. We will post additional information about the SME Resource Center for JMMB. But we also always like to test whether or not these resources, what have been the experience of clients, what has the feedback been. So we actually have 2 additional guests who are going to tell us about the kind of experience they have had with the JMMB Resource Center. So Shani Duncan-Falconer, thank you very much. Shani is the Group Senior Corporate Manager for the JMMB SME Resource Center. Tuwana Robinson is the SME Relationship Manager for JMMB Bank. And these ladies are part of the team that's available at the Resource Center. Can I get some more information of how persons can reach you? We're going to post it in the chat also. But for persons who quickly want to just take the information down, I know Fowler's Best Farm is waiting to write down. How can we reach you? Shani, you?
Right. So we have an email address for the SME relationship managers, which Tuwana can tell you, for SME Resource Center, and you'll reach any one of our officers. You'll reach me, everybody. That is SME Resource Center at jmmb.com. Whether you want to spell the center R-E or E-R, you'll reach us either way.
And
Hi.
Before you leave though, sorry, Tuwana is giving us some additional contact.
Yes, I was just advising that to reach any of the relationship managers, you can visit any JMMB office and just walk in. Once you walk in, let them know that you'd like to speak with a relationship manager. What you find is that sometimes we're on the road because we do go into our clients' businesses. We have to see how it operates, and we try to really be there with you. So sometimes if we're out of office, they may provide you with our contact numbers, which we all have cell numbers and email addresses. So you have a direct means of getting through to us. All right, and we have offices in Knoxford Boulevard, Portmore, Houghton Terrace, Ocherius, Mandeville. We're located everywhere.
Okay, and before you ladies leave, I had asked the JBDC representatives, from where you sit in the Resource Center, what are some of the trends you're seeing for our SMEs that our SMEs should be aware of for 2021?
Well, on my end, what I'm seeing is that they definitely need to engage in partnerships. And I think they did say that, JBDC. It can't be one-off again. In order to build, our businesses have to partner with each other to make sure that they survive. So I'm seeing that as a trend, and I'm even seeing other businesses who have thrived and are now able to say, okay, let me go to the next level and list. So there are businesses that are thriving. So I would say they need to keep at it and keep moving forward.
Right. And I support Shani with that. What you find, especially as we're, even though COVID's still a keep, as you said, we're recovering still. And so it's also about how adaptable are these businesses. And the Resource Center can drill down into your businesses, look at your business model and see what changes you can make to ensure that you ride this storm out and you come out on top.
Okay, thank you very much, Shani and Tuwana. And we're actually going to hear from two of your clients now to hear if what you say goes so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much and Happy New Year to you both.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, viewers, JMMB also provided some information for our memo this week for the critical resources available for SMEs. JBDC has provided some great business tips also. So again, if you are not currently signed up to receive our weekly memo, please email us at sme@psoj.org for the SME memos that have appeared in from episodes before. Please go to smallbusinessportal.com. You'll find all our memos, as well as you will be in a position to rewatch all our previous episodes. Now, we are going to be joined at this time by two JMMB clients, Dr. Gabriela Diaz from Finesse Nutrition and Aesthetics, Fine Limited, and Damian Chambers from Smart Technologies. Welcome, Gabriela and Damian.
Hi, thank you.
Good night. Thanks for having us.
To see you. Well, the first thing we have to talk about is tell us a little bit about your business, because one of the things today is we're talking a lot about collaboration and networking. So we want other business people to know about business people, so the business people that can come together. But we're always customers of each other. Gabriela, tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, so my business is into promoting healthy practices as well as increasing confidence. So I offer services like medical grade chemical peels. I offer facials with medical grade products. I offer the Fountain of Youth treatment, which is microneedling with either your platelets or hyaluronic acid. I remove skin tags and moles. We also offer the medical grade products here as well, which means they've been clinically tested to make sure they work. Obviously, you have to stick with it, just like in business. I also do minor surgeries, so like if anybody has any keloids on their ears, and also individualized nutrition counseling and meal plans.
Thank you, Gabriela.
Thank you.
And Damian, tell us a little bit about Smart Technologies.
Thanks, Rochelle. Well, Smart Technologies Jamaica, we are a IT firm and we specialize in workforce management software and services. So our aim is to help your business save time and money by managing your workforce efficiently using HR systems, time management systems, time clocks, and so on.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for that, Damian. So we have a medical professional and an IT professional, and it's always interesting because I know our viewers are saying, so Dr. Diaz, how did you end up at the JMMB Resource Center, and what kinds of services did you seek to access from JMMB Resource Center?
Well, honestly, I've always been a client of JMMB. And they've always been very friendly. They know your name, not just because you're a doctor, because they didn't know that when I was in Montego Bay. And so it was just a natural choice for me to choose the SME Center. Everybody encouraged me when I spoke about my plans. They said, we have this SME Center, you should go. And it wasn't hard for me to go at all.
So having gone to the SME Center, what kind of services have you been able to receive from the SME Resource Center?
Okay, well, one of the main services I would need would be like in accounting and finance, not really my area. So they always call you at the right times, and they put me on to an accountant on very favorable terms. Extremely.
Okay. So it is really a resort. It has been a resource center for you.
Oh yes, and they're constantly calling, messaging. Even I was in Montego Bay, so my reps still messaging me from there, always encouraging me and asking me if I need anything, how I'm doing, remind me when Christmas specials are coming up. She's always there.
Okay. So Damian, how did you end up utilizing the resource center?
Well, I started a relationship with JMMB about 2 years ago when I needed to really find a footing for my business. I was kind of stuck, I didn't know how to grow beyond where I was. So having dealt with other institutions and not seeing that level of support that I needed, I decided to try JMMB, and that's why I'm here today. It has been a tremendous privilege and journey to be a part of their family.
Okay. So in terms of navigating COVID, how has the resource center been a resource to you in navigating the vagaries of COVID? Gabriella?
Well, actually, Rochelle, I started during COVID. So, I had planned and then COVID happened. But I just take all the necessary precautions, and they're always, letting me know what to do in terms of how to get in clients. So it's mainly my rep who helps me with that and anything that I would need from her.
So you actually got to experience the service during COVID, and it has helped you to navigate your business.
Yes, I started during COVID, so in the midst of it.
Damian, what about you?
Well, COVID, it has had a big impact on my business as well as my customers. I have about 90 customers, and some of them could not really even open due to the government guidelines, especially in tourism and entertainment. So seeing that, was a bit disheartening. And you would think that a bank would tell you, be cautious during this time, take things slow and, ease off the gas a little bit, but not JMMB. They are still encouraging you to push forward. They're giving you a lot of guidance and support. And they do call a lot, I must say. They do check up on you a lot. And you really feel like you're a part of the family over there, and they have your best interests at heart. And the other thing I would like to say, having a bank or an institution look at your business plan and say to you, this is good, you can do it, and believe in you, it kind of gives you a level of confidence that, you probably never had before. So having somebody behind you, pushing you, and a bank for all of that is really a good motivation.
Thank you for that, Damian. So from where both of you stand, two very different types of business, a medical professional and IT professional, COVID still a keep, but we are seeing that businesses have pivoted and there are resources available. Gabriella, what's your outlook for 2021, and what are you looking forward to working with a partner like JMMB in growing your business?
Okay, well, I'm looking to get more appropriate clients, and I know that they will help me more with the marketing. Now, they have given multiple, I didn't get a chance to mention that, sessions. So it's like they flood you with information, like every Tuesday night, sometimes on Thursday, you're there for 2-3 hours. But because I'm new, I still have to go back and assimilate and get all those things together. So I have a lot of work to catch up on. Just like you all said, you all have 36 episodes. Well, I have all the JMMB work, all the sessions on digital media marketing, on data protection, on finances for small businesses. I have to go back and just, consolidate all of that information and implement it. Yes. It's not easy, but it can be done.
Yes. Damian, what about you?
Well, for 2021, our approach is to really embrace business-to-business relationships more, manage these type of relationships better, as well as making our customers feel more appreciated and that they're an integral part of our family. We want to also grow our offerings and solutions so we can offer things to our clients that help them to grow their business as well. So that's what we're focusing on for this year.
And Damian, where can our viewers find you?
Okay, so we're located at shop number 9, 90B Red Hills Road, that's St. Andrew Plaza. Our website is smarttechjm.com, or they can email us at info@smarttechjm.com, or they can call us at 931-9863.
What about your social media? Where can we follow you?
We're on Instagram at HR Jamaica. So they can check out our page there. We're a big provider of HR software and services, so they can find us on Instagram.
Thanks, Damian. Gabriella, I hear you talk about the fountain of youth and the peel. Where can we find you?
Okay, you can find me at 129 Pro, which is at 129 Old Hope Road. That's in Kingston 6, between Scotia and CIBC's Bank. I'm Unit 10. I can be contacted at 876-522-8297. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram at 876fine.
876, because we want to be fine for 2021. Thank you, Dr. Gabrielle Diaz, Director of FINE, and Damian Chambers, Smart Top Technologies Jamaica Limited, both clients of the JMMB Resource Center, and they were able to provide their feedback on the services they have received from the JMMB Resource Center. So Happy New Year to you both, and wishing you a fantastic 2021.
Thank you. Same to you, Rachel.
Thank you, and same to you.
So Jude Parkinson, I see your question. Jude says, there are many small businesses which are not realizing 15 million revenue and will therefore not be classified as an SME. What help is there for these small businesses? Excellent question. So we refer in many instances to small businesses, small and medium enterprises, but this show also covers micro, small, medium enterprises. Earlier, we interviewed representatives from Jamaica Development Corporation, and Jamaica Development, the JBDC, provides support from ideation straight through the different levels of the business. So as a starting point, we highly recommend that you register with JBDC, whether you are at small business sizing, because you know there are various classifications that our government has done for small businesses, but we're also talking about micro businesses, sole entrepreneur businesses, and we encourage you. In fact, we had clients of JBDC who are at different levels who talked about their experience. In addition, for this week's episode, there is a memo available. Email us at sme@psoj.org if you're not on our mailing list, so that you can receive our weekly memo with excellent business tips. The memos of episodes past, because we are at episode 37, the memos of episodes past are available at smallbusinessportal.com. We had another poll. How many years has your business been in operation? Our viewers responded: less than a year, 18%, 1 to 3 years, 9%, 3 to 5 years, 27%, and 5 years or more, 46%. So for our viewers tonight, we actually had a range of business operators, and we also know that ranging from numbers of years of operation to the size, medium, small, micro, small, medium enterprises. So this is COVIDCast JA. We are here live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Please send us an email at sme@psoj.org so that you can be reminded. We also encourage you to go to our Facebook page, comment, like, share, give us your feedback. But on our Facebook page at PSOJ Financial Access, you can also set the timer so that you can get a reminder so that you do not miss our live episode. We look forward to you joining us. We encourage you to send in your comments even after the show, because we will provide responses. And you know we love the feedback live so that we're able to ask our experts. We are here again every Thursday at what time? 7:30 p.m. This is episode 37 of COVIDCast JA. Join us next week for another episode of COVIDCast JA, where we will discuss critical business issues facing our micro, small, and medium enterprises. See you next week. So you have a great idea to start a business, but you don't know where to start. We completely understand. You have a lot of questions and almost no answers. Smallbusinessportal.com is here to help. At smallbusinessportal.com, you gain access to information on loans, grants, and investment opportunities from verified financial institutions. Guess what you also get? Useful business tips, access to training. All these services combine to make your business idea into a reality. Start your journey today at smallbusinessportal.com.